the accompanying 2 days, it is definitely going to be a negative beat correspondence since it suggests we push toward the possible increase toward the middle of the week, but we were unable to close the expense a lot higher, for example, at the area of $28,000. To that end we will certify a negative SING plan, which clearly is unquestionably going to be a horrible Bitcoin sign. Additionally, on the 1-hour time span we are in the approaching hours. By and large, in all probability, going to see a cross rate here of our striking moving midpoints here, which will mean we are eventually going to start trading an immense downtrend, so another negative sign and our horrible standard for Bitcoin, while we can be expecting lower in the looming days. So generally probably right while you're considering what is the accompanying goal where perhaps we can be eliminating the advantages from our short positions. Clearly, as we have been saying for the new days, for the new weeks, even, as I've said on various events, I'm saving watch for a liquidity get underneath, under at $24,750. That being said, all we really want to do here, go on the Coinbase outline, and you truly need to zero in on the liquidity level at $24,750. As of now, if you somehow manage to ask me, think about how conceivable it is that the liquidity level here won't stop. Envision a situation in which there will be no reaction toward the expected addition at our liquidity level. That way we truly need to concentrate, clearly, for lower. However, regardless, I don't feel that we will see an insane breakdown towards our side. I would concur that if our liquidity level here isn't precisely going to hold, all we truly need to zero in on will be the month-to-month high time span area of help on the Bitcoin cost, and this level will come up at $23,134 on the buy frame. So all that suggests right now accepting Bitcoin goes unwisely towards the downside in the approaching days, in the impending a long time here. Zeroing in on the area of $24,750, maybe towards our month-to-month level, whereas I might want to think, we are truly going to reach as far down as could really be expected. We can examine the reason why this specific locale is an imperative goal for Bitcoin before truly we can expect a more prominent push towards the likely increase on Bitcoin in the looming months. Most probably. Clearly, this is only an assumption, but I figure we can be looking in like manner for some kind of a higher low on the RSI for a bullish dissimilarity here when Bitcoin will be retesting and perhaps making another lower low here, bullish distinction, and truly around then we can anticipate a more noteworthy bounce towards the possible addition here on Bitcoin. Another bullish sign that is right of outlining will be on the A to astic CG oscillator on the money stream, and moreover on the RSI marker, assume on the. For our time span, you will see that we are outlining a twofold base model on the AHR stochastic bullish sign. We are being in the oversold district on the money stream marker here, and we ought to go on the 2-hour time frame where we will see similarly we are generally in the oversold locale, regardless, molding a bullish uniqueness on our money stream pointer. So I would concur that examining as of now, in case we can expect a probable sway, I would concur that to be sure, it is unquestionably possible, especially considering the pointers, especially considering the way that the liquidity here has recently been taken. Moreover, clearly, if we will start outlining our fourth, we can fundamentally expect a small push towards the possible increase before continuation even lower basically in light of the fact that we are trading a downtrend. Also, moreover, I truly forgot to make reference to this here. The monetary trade hasn't precisely gotten any huge excusals towards thumb side. If the protections trade in the impending days sees an excusal from the month to month, and clearly moreover generally from our splendid fuel customary extent and the everyday level here, most probably Bitcoin will follow. Doubtlessly. We can clearly also expect lower spotlights to be hit on Bitcoin and exclusively after we will take the liquidity under the low at $24,750 here. We are then going to start expecting to go with a brand long or buying position as referred to beforehand. Preferably we start forming a bullish uniqueness on the R, a marker on the ordinary stretch of time, and subsequently a huge sway on Bitcoin as I might want to think, can start. Discover a mind-blowing day in concordance. Crazy Bitcoin breakdown is occurring, however extended periods of time and various individuals are correct now uncommonly terrified. In this Bitcoin cost security video, I will show you how low could Bitcoin whenever sooner or later go and why this breakdown here could be a beginning, yet what we will, above all else, see. Lately, Bitcoin got a push towards the normal increment towards the area of $27,600 or something like that. Sadly, our central cost base on our regular lab here, changing charmingly with the gold etch degree. Totally we're front run. We going to push towards the normal increment to a nearby block or something like that. Regardless, tolerating you exchange the response, you definitely can see that we got negative PI bar, negative light arrangement on the 1 hour time period, negative fire anticipate the 2 hour time frame, furthermore a negative candle plan, a negative PI bar ensured besides on the 4 hour time frame. It is apparently that those negative flame designs certainly were a guidance sign considering the truth much more than one that we have gotten a huge breakdown under. $26,000 here. At this point, at last, I'm truly standing firm on a short AL foothold for around $27,800. It seems like that we according to a veritable viewpoint shorted the specific top on the Bitcoin regard several days earlier. In any case, in a little while, imagine what is going on in which we make as of now, apply the volume marker on our outline on the 1 hourly furthermore 2 hour time span. It really is apparently that. Certainly we got a volume increment on the push towards weight or the like. Obviously, in the event that we truly make right now, analyze this particular volume versus what we got actually on the bullish news explanation. It is barely anything, yet I would agree that taking a gander at the speed, how low we are really going and how rapidly the cost truly looks here, I would separate our cost development and the cost activity we got on this particular push towards the furthest edge. The motivation here looks astoundingly comparable. Besides, assuming we pay right at present extremely close care with respect to the open pay, without a doubt, the open pay is going ceaselessly lower while besides deplorable strain is coming straightforwardly into the market, and that recommends long positions are shutting on a push towards some side. In any case, unfortunately, various individuals are getting sold considering the way that as right now we are seeing by and large. 15 million of yearns getting helped and sold on a push towards the weakness. So I would convey zooming out a piece on the 2 hourly, on the 4 hour period of time, Bitcoin is correct presently exchanging back our level reach. Additionally, what's the significance here this second? Might we at any point retreat on the 2 hour or perhaps additionally on the 1 hour time period? Plus, here I could really have to show you the sound. Dirt road wave count. The negative primary purposes we can hope to finish in the looming days possibly. We, specifically, can perceive our most fundamental awkward Ollie wave here. We can perceive a fix, we can see right now besides our third Ollie wave. Possibly in the next few hours, we will begin framing some sort of progress before one more drive on Bitcoin can really begin. In like manner, you will understand this tolerating that we go right now with our Fibonacci expansion from our swing high, back to our swing globe, back to our swing high. It truly is apparently that 1.618 Fibonacci increment level. It wasn't definitively hit to the specific dollar exactness, yet at any rate, we came to as far down as possible by and large at 1.618 Fibonacci improvement level, which is the principal worth point of convergence of our third. Besides, obviously, taking into account the way that this particular cost center here was hit, expecting we will frame and go much higher towards the conceivable increment, the fourth part wave will frame. Before long tolerating that Bitcoin stop. At this point brought down towards impediment. The going with objective is then going to be our 2 to 1 Fibonacci increment level at $25,300. Nonetheless, that given that we are correct now not going to combine or perhaps see a slight push towards the normal increment for our fourth dirt road 12. Before long, where are we skipping? Not right at our 1.60.8 Fibonacci improvement level. You will see we undeniably took out our past lows for a liquidity get. Moreover, besides, contemplate how possible it is that we evaluated the whole base cost locale with our volume. Moreover, you will see, certainly, respect region, low volume support level for Bitcoin was endeavored faultlessly. So right now, we know. Okay. Bitcoin is in our level reach. Alright? We are endeavoring our place of control, which is the best volume pack. What's more as of the ongoing second, respect district low on Bitcoin is as of now holding. Notwithstanding, we genuinely need to see that expecting the worth district low in the approaching days will be lost for our fifth here is most certainly going to be a negative Bitcoin sign before we go on the bit by bit timeframe. Much gratitude to you generous. In the going with 2 days and 17 hours, we will see the unblemished bit by bit close and here. You genuinely need to focus in on this particular candle plan. As alluded to as of now, on the 4 hourly, on the 2 hourly, on the 1 hour period of time, before we go to push towards dump side, we got negative pi bar, negative candle model, and take a gander at this particular light and distinction it with the bit-by-bit fire that most evidently will close something to that effect in the going with 2 days. The holistic setup is according to a real point of view going to be the very same negative pin bar, and obviously on the off chance that we will close our numerous weeks candles, something like that in the going with 2 days, it is certainly going to be a negative beat correspondence since it recommends we push toward the conceivable increment around midweek, yet we couldn't close the cost much higher, for instance, at the area of $28,000. To that end we will confirm a negative SING plan, which plainly is verifiably going to be a horrendous Bitcoin sign. Moreover, on the 1 hour stretch of time we are in the next few hours. Overall, very likely going to see a cross rate here of our striking moving midpoints here, which will mean we are at last going to begin exchanging a massive downtrend, so one more bad sign and our horrendous norm for Bitcoin while we can be anticipating lower in the approaching days. So for the most part likely right while you're thinking about what is the going with objective where maybe we can be killing the benefits from our short positions. Obviously, as we have been saying for the new days, for the new weeks, even, as I've said on different occasions, I'm saving watch for a liquidity get under at $24,750. That being said, all we truly believe should do here, go on the Coinbase layout, and you genuinely need to focus in on the liquidity level at $24,750. At this point, assuming you some way or another figured out how to ask me, ponder how possible it is that the liquidity level here won't stop. Imagine what is happening in which there will be no response toward the normal expansion at our liquidity level. That way we genuinely need to think, obviously, for lower. Nonetheless, in any case, I don't feel that we will see a crazy breakdown towards our side. I would agree that in the event that our liquidity level here isn't exactly going to hold, all we really need to focus in on will be the month-to-month high time frame area of help on the Bitcoin cost, and this level will come up at $23,134 on the purchase outline. So all that proposes right currently tolerating Bitcoin goes impulsively towards the disadvantage in the next few days, in the looming quite a while here. Focusing in on the area of $24,750, perhaps towards our month-to-month level, whereas I should naturally suspect, we are genuinely going to reach as far down as could truly be anticipated. We can look at the justification for why this particular district is a basic objective for Bitcoin before really we can anticipate a more noticeable push towards the logical increment on Bitcoin in the approaching months. Most likely. Obviously, this is just a presumption, yet I figure we can be seeming to be way for some sort of a higher low on the RSI for a bullish uniqueness here when Bitcoin will be retesting and maybe making another lower low here, bullish qualification, and genuinely around then we can expect a more essential bob towards the conceivable expansion here on Bitcoin. Another bullish sign that is right of framing will be on the A to astic CG oscillator on the cash stream, and additionally on the RSI marker, expect to be on the. For our period of time, you will see that we are framing a twofold base model on the AHR stochastic bullish sign. We are being in the oversold region on the cash stream marker here, and we should go on the 2-hour time span where we will see comparatively we are for the most part in the oversold district, notwithstanding, shaping a bullish uniqueness on our cash stream pointer. So I would agree that. Looking at this point, in the event that we can expect a likely influence, I would agree that no doubt, it is undeniably conceivable, particularly taking into account the pointers, particularly taking into account the way that the liquidity here has as of late been taken. Besides, obviously, assuming that we will begin framing our fourth, we can generally expect a little push towards the conceivable increment before continuation even lower fundamentally considering the way that we are exchanging a downtrend. Additionally, also, I genuinely neglected to make reference to this here. The money-related exchange hasn't exactly gotten any gigantic dismissals towards thumb side. Assuming that the securities exchange the approaching days sees a dismissal from the month-to-month, and obviously also by and large from our unbelievable fuel standard degree and the regular level here, most presumably Bitcoin will follow. Certainly. We can plainly, additionally expect lower spotlights to be hit on Bitcoin and solely after we will take the liquidity under the low at $24,750 here. We are then going to begin hoping to go with a brand long or purchasing position as alluded to ahead of time. Ideally we begin shaping a bullish uniqueness on the R, a marker on the common time span, and thusly a tremendous influence on Bitcoin, as I should suspect, can begin. Find a brain-blowing day in concordance. Insane Bitcoin breakdown is happening anyway. Expanded timeframes and different people are right currently exceptionally unnerved. In this Bitcoin cost security video, I will show you how low could Bitcoin at whatever point eventually go and why this breakdown here could be a start, yet what we will, regardless of anything else, see. Recently, Bitcoin got a push towards the typical addition towards the area of $27,600 or something to that effect. Unfortunately, our focal expense base on our standard lab here,